According to the National Fire Protection Association 70 National Electrical Code, Section 250.52, A6, driven ground rods must be spaced at least 6 feet apart for several reasons. Firstly, mutual impedance. When two ground rods are closely spaced, they create an electrical coupling effect, reducing the impedance of the overall grounding system. This can result in less effective grounding and reduced fault current dissipation. Secondly, electrolysis. When two dissimilar metals, such as steel ground rods and copper bonding wires, are in close proximity and exposed to moisture, electrolysis can occur. This can lead to corrosion and damage to the ground rods and bonding connections. Thirdly, current crowding. When multiple ground rods are installed too closely, the current flow becomes concentrated in the area around the rods. This can create excessive heating and damage to the rods and surrounding soil. Fourthly, ground potential rise. The closer ground rods are spaced, the more their GPR will overlap. This can lead to elevated GPR levels at the building's electrical service entrance, posing safety hazards and equipment damage. Regarding the utility company's request for 3/4 inch by 8 foot ground rod within 18 to 24 inches of their existing ground rod, consider the following. The NEC does not specify a specific distance between driven ground rods installed by different utilities. However, it does require that all ground rods within the grounding system be connected together. It is advisable to coordinate with the utility company to ensure that their grounding practices are compatible with your installation. They may have specific requirements for ground rod spacing and bonding connections for their equipment. The most important factor is to ensure the safety of the electrical installation. Multiple ground rods that are improperly spaced or connected can compromise the grounding system's integrity. If the two ground rods are too closely spaced, it may be necessary to consult with an electrical engineer to determine the appropriate spacing and bonding requirements for the specific situation.